Welcome back, Questbound Gang, to another episode of, Questbound Reader. Guys, today we have exciting news, channel updates. All right, so we're starting a new segment. I'd like to call this Manga Mondays. We're going to start talking about manga, right, on Mondays. I've had some people ask me about it. I've had some people email me about it. And that's what we're going to do. I decided Mondays would be mainly, I don't want to say exclusively, but mainly about manga and similar things. So please feel free to share in all your favorites if you have any, or you know any suggestions or any recommendations, or if you'd like suggestions and recommendations aside from what I'm posting on the channel on Mondays. Please keep a lookout, guys. I think consistently we've been able to do 2 to 3 videos a week for the past like 2 3 weeks. And I'm so excited. We've brought up the subscriber base to 32. And I think, we're growing a few subscribers per week. It always helps out if you guys like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, families, whoever. Bring them into the Questbound Gang. It's a fun place to be. But yeah, stick around and we'll get right into it. Alrighty, so Manga Mondays. Guys, I read a lot of manga, actually. I've held off on reading in the past few weeks to read more books so I could have more content to share with you guys. But I read a lot of manga. I don't have a lot. I don't have any manga collected aside from like one or two issues, but it's definitely something that I love. And I do most of mine on the internet. I'll read on several websites. So um, today we have an interesting episode. It's one of the only physical copies of manga I have, and it's one of my absolute favorite series that has come out, and that is Solo Leveling. Guys, if you have not read Solo Leveling, please read Solo Leveling. It is amazing. All right. I first started reading this series when it came out like 4 or 5 years ago. Actually, I don't even remember when it came out, but it was pre-COVID, so definitely a while ago. And I absolutely adored it. I only have this one issue for Solo Leveling. It was gifted to me a while ago by some family members, and I loved it. And all my buddies, we all buddy read the entire Solo Leveling, and I want to share with you, one volume at a time, and we'll get through the whole thing. Now, that's not to say that we're going to talk about Solo Leveling exclusively until we're done, but I'll summarize big chunks of it. All right. So this is going to be non spoilers at the start, and then we'll get right into spoilers. So, what is Solo Leveling about? Well, you have the main character. His name is Jinwoo. That's his first name, and he is a hunter. So in this world, magic exists, and then you have classes, right? So the hunters are those who hunt monsters, and there's different ranks. There's a tier list to all the hunters. So you have E is the lowest class, and then it makes its way all the way up to A, and then you have like the S, I guess you would say, hunters who are the strongest, right? Like the world hunters, or like nation hunters, or whatever. And these guys are like on a completely different level, and there's only very like a handful of these, right? So Jinwoo has the amazing luck to be an E-rated hunter. So he is the lowest of the low, the weakest of the weak, and he pretty much is used as bait, or like to carry weapons and like bring aid to everybody else after they're like hunting bigger animals or bigger monsters. And nobody really cares for him. Nobody really pays him mind, and he has really crappy luck. Let's break this up a little bit and get into the spoilered section. If not, we really wouldn't have much to talk about aside from the fact that this is amazing. So, minor spoilers, right? Not big spoilers. I'm not going to read through the entire thing. I do want to start off by reading the backside for you guys, and just bear with the cover, right? So it says, known as the weakest hunter in all of mankind, E rank hunter Jinwoo contributes to raids, and he just pretty much tries not to get killed. Unfortunately, between his mother's hospital bills, his sister's tuition, and his own lack of job prospects, he has no choice but to continue to put his life on the line. So when an opportunity arises for a bigger payout, he takes it, only to come face to face with a being whose power outranks everything he's ever seen, with the party leader missing an arm, and only a healer can Jinwoo somehow find them a way out. Guys, he is in a tough spot. Let's enter spoiler section. Jinwoo pretty much takes a chance in this dungeon that they go in, and they find this secret room with his party, or the party that he's a part of that accepted him, and they decide to go and check it out. And the moment they do, the doors behind them just close, and there's no exit. And there's a bunch of statues inside, and these statues start coming to life. And now he's paired with some pretty decent hunters who far outpower him and outrank him. And these statues come to life, start moving around, and start decimating these hunters, like annihilating every single one. And right when he's about to die, he gets presented with a choice. Do you want to become a player? Um, and he chooses yes. And out of nowhere, bam, he is back in his room waking up. Um, and that's where his story truly begins. And that's all I'm going to spoil. I don't want to get into too many details because I'm not going to narrate the entire manga series for you. But I will say that this series starts off a little slow. The artwork changes drastically from volume one toward the latter volumes, and it gets significantly better. Um, it is an incredible series. This guy goes through a lot. And it talks about who he becomes after becoming a player and what becoming a player really means, right? In the context of this world. He meets unlikely friends, makes acquaintances with people who he never dreamed of, and maybe, may or may not, progress in the story as someone who is stronger or, not, whatever. Read it and find out. We'll talk about it later, though. But yeah, he does incredibly well after becoming a player, but he faces many obstacles. And you have to read. You have to read. Look, at least give this a shot. This one, to me, this is one of the original, like, you're about to die and then you start getting stronger kind of um, manga. And I think if you give it a shot, I think you guys will fairly like this. Like the vast, I rate the series overall a 5 out of 5, right? So this is one of my favorite manga series of all time. So I think you guys will definitely enjoy it. It's very fast paced. It's not a very long series. And like I said, very fast paced, a lot of action. He does progress very quickly. So if you like character progression that takes a long time and you like developing relationships between friends and all that, this is maybe not right up your alley. But if you like it as a palate cleanser and something that you can read quickly and get through it and enjoy like the action, and it is a lot of action, then I definitely encourage you guys to read this. The animations in the drawings are really good, or the artwork, I guess I would say, is very well drawn, especially toward the latter sections. There was a huge like pause in the episodes releases back when they were coming out on a weekly basis, and due to the author having like health issues and whatnot. And this was pre-COVID, and thankfully, uh, the general series concluded, and it is, to me, it was great. The ending I had some issues with, but overall, for a short series, I definitely think this is one of the ones you should read. I do think you guys will enjoy this a lot. Give it a shot. And if you've read Solo Leveling, talk to me. Talk to me about what you think. Talk to me about your thoughts, your opinions, your comments, your critiques. I love reading about critiques, right? Let me know what you think about the show and or about the series. And guys, like always, comment below, right? Let me know. Share with me, share with all of our viewers, right? Not that I've noticed that not that many people comment on YouTube videos. That's all right. I'll comment back on anything you guys reply. So if you want to have a little chat regarding, the manga, or any manga suggestions, or if you want to know more in detail what happens in this, and you don't have access to it, I mean, it's free online. You can look it up, Solo Leveling. And they actually have a website too. So, but if you want to talk about it, give me your opinions and whatnot, comment below, and I'll reply usually within a few hours. So yeah, I look forward to talking to you guys in the next one. Our next video will be book related, and it is probably optimistically going to be in about 2 days, and that's when I plan on finishing Empire of the Vampire, and that'll be my review then. Until then, guys, stay safe, stick around, and I will see you later. Take care.